Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode 56. Wow! Yabbity, 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 yabbity.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
56.
56. Oh, my God. It's getting so high up, I can't even keep track of it on fingers and toes. I swear to God.
So I'd be great if you could.
Well, I do have 56 toes. So, I am your co-host, Yam Juice.
And I'm your other co-host, Flex.
And today we've got a special guest who is very close to one of us here. Right there in the same house as Flex, on a different machine, is none other than Shelby, Mrs. Flex. Wow! What's going on?
Hey, the light came on.
Clap on, clap off.
Clapper.
Come on, man. Quit jerking around. Clap back on. We want to see your pretty face.
No. I'll sit up closer.
It was better before. There you go. There you go. Okay, so what's going on, Shelby?
Not much. Just hanging out.
See, we got our hoodies on. We're in solidarity with Trayvon.
Except now it's too hot to wear it.
That's right. Although I don't have any Skittles with me.
I'll give you some Skittles, some Skittle Brow.
Skittle Brow, is that a beer?
It's a beer that Homer enjoys, yes.
You know, I like some Skittles. You know, the ones that the standard Skittles are. I'm not crazy about those, but they have like these berry flavored Skittles, and they're quite tasty. A lot of pink and purple ones. I don't know what berries they represent. It's like they're artificially
berries.
Berries that don't exist.
The fairy berries. All right, so Shelby, you're using the earbuds.
I got Beats.
Beats makes buds, huh? How long has that been going on?
Oh,
for a while.
man.
I don't think I've seen advertisements for the buds.
I got these for Mother's Day.
All
Hey,
right.
Flex, good Mother's Day present.
Yeah. Well, see, Flex can't use the earbuds because if he sticks them in his ears, they end up meeting in the center.
That's right. That's why I got the headset.
So what's going on in the world these days? How about Twitter? What is happening on Twitter?
You know, I checked Twitter the other day, and it was all full of juicy gossip, but I don't remember what it was about. No, really. Well, I seen there's quite a bit of trending about this Amanda Bynes. It's starting a campfire in somebody's driveway.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, she's having a little bit of a mental breakdown. And
Well, she's been losing it for a while. What's the newest thing?
They think she's schizophrenic.
Okay, so she's like had a campfire in somebody's driveway?
She started a campfire in someone's driveway, yeah.
And kind of lit her pants on fire as part of it.
Yeah.
And she wasn't lying, so she wasn't liar, pants on fire kind of thing. It was she accidentally started herself on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, I used to watch her on a TV show. What was it?
The Amanda Show.
No, I didn't see the Amanda Show. It was another show after that.
All that with Nick Cannon.
What I like about you. And she played the younger sister or something like that. Anyway, she was like, I don't know, she must have been like 15, 16 or something like that. And she was like, she was adorable, and, you know, she was
she was really funny. She was funnier than hell. You know, she was really a talented actress. But
she had a show on Nickelodeon that Paige just loved. She was hilarious. She was like Carol Burnett for 12-year-olds.
Yeah, I heard about the Amanda Show. And then I saw a movie just a couple of weeks ago called She's the Man, and she plays a, she's like really loves soccer. She's in high school, and she really loves soccer. and she did this. They wouldn't let the coach wouldn't let her play on the boys' team just because she's a girl. Yeah, it's Amanda Bynes. That's Ann. Yeah, just because she's a girl. So she devised this plan. You know, her brother was gonna go, you know, out of the country for a while. So she posed as her brother.
That's right. I seen that movie.
She strapped her boobies down. She put on like these fake eyebrows and this wig.
So she looked like a guy.
So she looked like a guy, so she could get on the soccer team. So
she was good in that flick. That was a good little flick.
That was not a bad movie.
She's really talented, so hopefully she can get help for whatever her issue is, if that's what it is, and move on with her life.
Yeah, but don't we just love watching Hollywood, you know, people implode, though?
Yeah, but it's more fun to watch someone like Lindsay Lohan, who does it to herself, implode. It's sad when you see someone like Amanda Bynes, who obviously has a mental illness that needs to be addressed, and it wasn't getting addressed because, you know, the laws are there to protect you and to help you. So you can't just say, hey, somebody's crazy and have them committed, even if you think they might be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lindsay Lohan might be... Lindsay Lohan might have like a legitimate, you know, a mental illness. You know, Britney Spears.
Well, she's addicted, but
drug addiction is drug addiction's an illness. It's a disease. I mean, it
is, but it also could be part of a bigger thing. I mean, there could be some other psychological, you know, DSM-4, you know, kind of.
She could be bipolar.
She could have some other shit going on.
She could be bipolar and self-medicating.
Yeah. I mean,
we do that a lot. We do that a lot.
But it's always entertaining. I don't know what it is, but you know, our country loves this kind of dirt.
We do. You can't. It's like a train wreck. You gotta. Oh, speaking of train wrecks, did you see the train wreck in Spain?
That's awful.
Have you seen the video?
I heard about it. Like the train in Spain spills out mainly on the plane.
Oh man!
Going like as fast as you should have been into a corner, and it didn't make it around the corner.
They took a 55-mile-an-hour corner at 118 miles an hour.
Wasn't the driver doing some kind of hot dog bullshit?
They were late, so he was speeding to try and make up time.
Yeah.
And
well,
have you've not seen the video yet?
No, I didn't look at the video.
Oh my God, it's something to behold. The train comes around the corner and just flies off the track and just shells into the wall.
It looks like a Hollywood movie, only it's not.
Yeah. I thought it was a Hollywood movie. Spill that wine, dig that girl. You know who is that?
I don't know who that is.
Eric Burden.
Oh, yeah. Now that you say that makes perfect sense. It's kind of like,
spill that wine.
Yeah. Let's see what's happening here. Meghan McCain reveals a big source of conflict with her father. Oh, wow.
Imagine that. A lot of us have conflicts with our fathers.
You know, she's not a bad-looking gal. She's kind of a blonde little hottie. Beverly Hills, California. Meghan McCain is getting her own show on a new TV network.
On Esquire?
The show is going to be on something called Pivot, a general entertainment network that launches on August 1st.
Oh, wow.
And the show is going to be called Raising McCain. She's going to be talking for viewers 15 to 34. And she's going to star in it and be the executive producer. It's for millennials. So I guess Paige is not even a millennial. So what is the generation that's younger than the millennials? What do they call Paige's generation?
No, she's a millennial, isn't she?
I have no idea.
She was born after 2000.
Yeah, she was born in 2001.
They call her
a whole little thing.
We prefer to call her 12. Hey, how do you like these shades?
They look pretty cool. Now, see, I'm technically definitely a baby boomer, although I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of at the tail end of the baby boom. Now, you guys are not baby boomer. What are you? Are you Generation X?
We're on the verge of Gen X, yeah.
Well, let's see.
I'm like, I was in between Gen X and hairband.
Is there a generation called hairband?
I don't know.
What year were you born?
Me?
Yeah.
67.
67.
Yeah. I was born the year everything fun happened.
Yeah. See, I'm pretty sure that is like solid Generation X, I think. Right?
I was born in 72.
Yeah. No, I think you guys are just like Generation X, and then there's like whatever came after Generation X. I guess they
slackers.
Why?
Slackers.
See, they shouldn't have started at X. they ran out of letters too fast.
Your slackers came along then, I think, after the Gen Xers.
And said, why?
Why?
So is there going to be a Generation Z?
Zen, yeah.
Generation Z.
They're gonna.
See, Generation Z sounds like they're zombies.
It's gonna be Generation Zen, and they're gonna worship Bush. You know, the group that played Machine Head and Come Down and all them tunes.
Gavin Rossdale.
Man.
Oh, see, I liked Gavin Rossdale. See, I was a Bush fan back in the day. I liked it. You know, he was pretty cool.
I love
those were great times.
They were. Those were, and they were good musical times. Let me see if I got some on here.
That was a high watermark in American music, world music. It's like those days in the '90s. That was good shit, man.
It was what turned the grunge bands for the people that didn't like Nirvana in the beginning because they didn't want to change from their big hair.
Now I liked Pearl Jam, but I didn't love the shit out of them. I mean, how did you guys feel about Pearl Jam?
I never liked Eddie Vedder. I always thought he was weird.
I couldn't get into Pearl Jam. I just couldn't.
Uh-oh, now we got a copyright problem on our episode.
Yeah. We played oh jeez, I played a copyrighted song. You'll have to edit that out.
You know, they have these algorithms that sniff around, and
if
they hear anything, they'll just like know it right away.
It depends though, because like some of the video I took from the concerts that we went to, it depends on who holds the rights to the publishing of the music. Mm-hmm. As long as you're not claiming it as your own, the worst thing that they'll do is tag it with the ad, and then the ad money goes to who owns the music.
But we don't want.
Some of mine got tagged, but they were actual like concert footage, and I know what you're talking about. You need to edit it out, but
we don't want no ads in Bulletproof underwear, man.
Now, see, I don't know if concert footage would trigger it as much because it's like I don't know. It's like
they all got tagged as copyrighted.
Every one of them did.
Really?
On both our accounts, yeah.
And only one of them got pulled.
Because I was wondering if, like, it hears the song and it knows the recording, you know, that's published, and it compares the waveforms or something like that. And it's like, okay, that's the same thing. That's a fingerprint. You know, that's.
No, it noticed that it tagged them all as copyrighted, but the people whoever owned the copyright to it didn't require that they pull it. They just required they put an ad on it.
Now I put some stuff up before that. Because of copyright, it was limited in certain countries. They wouldn't show the video.
Right.
Certain weird little countries.
And then Sony uncoolly pulls a lot of stuff.
Yeah. See, you know, people are talking about the Xbox and the PlayStation, you know, and Sony's, you know, Xbox is the bad guys and Sony's the good guys, but nobody is fucking bigger dicks.
But they forget that it wasn't too long ago that Sony lost everybody's information either.
Yeah, well, you know.
Already.
I don't know, but
I didn't forget.
But nobody's a bigger dick about, you know, business practices than Sony. Sony is like
Who's to say Microsoft hasn't lost all of our information and we just don't know it?
That's true.
No, they didn't lose it. They gave it to the government on a platter.
Well,
Like the government didn't have it already.
Don't start me on the soapbox, because, see, this goes all the way back to fucking 93, all right? And they started out with a database and a mining tool called Echelon and Carnivore. Echelon was the database, and Carnivore was the fucking information gatherer. And it goes all the way back to 93. That's when they started this, the NSA.
Nobody even had the fucking internet back in 93.
Nobody believes me either, but it's true. No.
So how do you know this?
Because there was published information back in like 94. I was on the internet in 94. The internet was just starting up, and I was on the internet in 94, and I got that information off the internet about the NSA. I won't say how I got at it. I'll just say I got it.
Your sources have to remain anonymous here.
Yeah.
Julian Assange told you all about it.
I only got one source, Jackson. Yeah.
So you were like right on the internet at the get go, man.
Right at the edge. I was using CompuServe, and then the internet came along, and I like just went right to the internet.
Yeah.
It was expensive too, man. We were
like by the hour.
Yeah, and then we were the first ones to have a cable modem. We got cable modem.
We used to have a number that you had to dial into to dial up. And then by like a minute, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell, we had a cell phone when you didn't have a contract. You just had to pay like 59 cents a minute to use it.
Yeah, we had a cell phone when they were in the bag, and you know. It was like you didn't have a contract. It was straight out, 59, 60, 70 cents a minute.
Yeah, just cash and carry. I didn't get on the World Wide Web until about 97, but I was on Prodigy, which was like this service from Microsoft and Sears. That came out. I think I got on that in 1995.
I was on Prodigy.
It was nowhere near as good as the internet, but they had all kinds of news and bulletin boards and groups and stuff.
Yeah,
it was kind of a precursor to what the internet would be.
In 94 and 95, the internet was wide fucking open, man. I mean, you believe the information you could get.
Well, there weren't that many good sites because I don't know.
It's all porn. That's what drove the internet. That's what built the internet was porn. It was all built on porn so people could share it. It's true.
It's the truth.
Well, yeah.
That's
actually there's been theorized that porn was basically made like the technology of DVDs and VCRs and DVDs and Blu-rays.
People didn't want it on their street corner. Think about it. There used to be bookstores and peep shows on every corner and every street.
Remember that?
I mean, even in my hometown, there was.
Man, that is a loud ring. Jesus Christ.
It is.
And it's right next to the computer.
Yeah, we're looking at your smexy microphone here. That is cool. It's all shiny and everything.
But like where I grew up, they spent years and years trying to shut down the bookstores and the peep shows, and then it went to VHS and DVD where people could be deviant in their own homes without people knowing what they were doing and where they were going.
Then it went to the internet, and it was like everywhere.
Yeah.
When I first got on the internet, it was like she's not shitting. That's what drove the internet. That's what got the internet going, was fucking porno. Swear to God, I spent more time, and so did a lot of other people, open source too, building programs to download porno faster.
There you go.
Shit,
remember the browser wars? Netscape
and
web crawler, or what was that? What was that one that came before?
There is a web crawler, I remember.
Yeah, something like that. And Netscape was like Netscape was the shit. And then Internet Explorer came out trying to fuck them up because it
Then
was free.
AOL came out and was like, the holy grail for people that couldn't navigate the internet. Remember that?
Yeah. You've
There's
got
still
mail.
people that have AOL.
Did you have AOL? Yeah.
I never did have AOL.
We went from like
Excellent.
CompuServe to on our own. CompuServe was like
Excellent.
too restrictive.
My first internet provider was this little local company. They had a little office in a strip mall, and I went and opened up. It's like I got the internet. It was I think it was called ValueNet or something like that. It was
ValueNet,
as cheap as you could get, and of course I had a 2400 modem.
Yeah, I remember those. I remember my first modem was a 1200 baud modem.
I used to dial into work, and it would take like 30 seconds when you hit page down for it to repaint your green screen from your AS400. So you didn't want to hit page down.
That was for clarification. That means a text screen. So it took it forever to repaint a text screen.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
Right now, what we're doing right now is like, this would have been like fucking magic back then, man. It would have been FM.
I didn't have a good computer. I had a 286, computer that ran DOS. So I wasn't styling too hard in those days. But my office, we had a PC, my boss, and it had like a color monitor. But it was, I had a amber, monochrome monitor.
Yeah.
And I think he had it's not even VGA. It's like it was a couple of steps down. It's really crappy color.
Yeah, CGA.
Monitor. I think it was a CGA monitor.
CGA. Yeah.
So now we've got our 3 gigabyte
video card,
SLI video cards and all this kind of crazy shit. But this shit evolved from kind of the bottom up.
And there's your history lesson for today, kids. From CGA video cards to the fastest SLID cards.
Well, like Jazzy, when we were in Rochester when I was at IBM, we went. I got to tour at the time it was called the Terraplex Center, and it was like very state of the art. They had 24 terabytes of data. How many terabytes of data we got now just in portable? Like 4 or 5 just little portable drives that holds a terabyte. Yeah. And at that time it was a room full of computers.
Well, that was probably pretty impressive.
Oh God! Why?
My job where I work now, they had like this big tour of our computer room to show the big 3 AS400s that they had, and they're like, "Aren't you coming?" And I'm like, "Look, I used to work at IBM, and you had to have a map to know which AS400 to use because there were rows of AS400s, and you had to have the right one to put the right tape in it, or you'd never find out where your stuff went."
When I worked at Lutheran Brotherhood / Thrivent Financial for Lutherans, I was allowed to go out to Sterling Forest backup facility, IBM's facility that you use for off-site storage in case your network goes down.
Mm-hmm. Disaster recovery.
And we did a disaster recovery drill, and they had literally a room that you could not see the end of that was full of servers on top of switches. I mean, like bookcase-sized servers, man, huge. It was cool.
Dang. Well, you know what? It's like all this super fast advancement in technology has been going on for a while now. But you know what? It's like it's kind of gone backwards. When they came out with netbooks and iPads, it's like that sort of signal. It's like, okay, computers are now good enough to do any fucking thing you want them to do.
Yeah.
So now let's just make them real convenient and weak. Netbooks and iPads are very, very weak as far as computers go, but they're strong enough to go on the internet and
client server. They're client server, man. Remember that term? Remember that jazz term back in the day?
It's like a dummy terminal, but a little bit smarter.
Yeah. It connects to the internet and runs everything off the internet.
Yeah, I mean, you can play your, you can play your Candy Crush or whatever.
Oh, I hate that game.
Candy Crush Sega.
So I've never actually played it. I've just heard about it.
I've heard of it.
It was level 169, and it took me a month, and I couldn't get past it, so I deleted it off all my devices, and I never played it again.
Yeah. Well, isn't there shit you can buy that helps you out,
Well, sure, but if I'm going to drop $50, I'm going to buy an Xbox game, not a stupid candy game on my phone or on Facebook.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Now, did you guys buy anything on the Steam sale? I was tempted a few times, but I never did buy anything on that Steam sale.
I didn't buy anything on the Steam sale. I held off. My computer, my laptop is pretty fast, but like my desktop isn't that fast, so.
Yeah, but it's almost time for Shorty to have a new desktop, so it's almost time for you to get a new one so she can have your old one. So.
There you go.
That's how things work in our house.
You
get hand-me-down computers, not clothes.
Yeah, so my wife has got a netbook, and it's incredibly weak and incredibly slow, and it's like
so do we.
I can't stand using it.
We got 2 of them on their doorstop.
I got what?
And we're recording. She heard her name. It's like, what? So yeah, one of those little teeny baby laptops that
we got one. We got one of those to hold the door open when it's nice out. Yeah,
it has an Atom processor and probably 1 gig of memory or something like that.
The Atom processor.
Yeah.
Before Tony got a decent laptop, we used to take it with us when we went places so that we could download the cards from the camera, so that we didn't run out of room to take pictures. And
see, that's a good use for it. Now I sort of
slots in it, so it was just like a big card reader.
Now, Alienware used to make an 11-inch laptop that was actually powerful. It had like it had a good processor, and it had a good video card in it, and just this little 11-inch laptop that was actually, competent. But it was really expensive. I was thinking about getting something like that just because it's nice and convenient.
Alienware is good stuff.
Yeah, they charge a lot for those things.
Yeah, they do. But they're worth it. I mean, my aunt had one, and she made them. They replaced it like 3 times.
Also, when you get one, it doesn't ship with that bullshit ware.
No, doesn't have all that crap on it.
There's like all kinds of trial offers software and stupid software that they load on your computer that loads up automatically. Would you like to get Norton antivirus, this 90-day trial or, whatever.
Yeah, you don't have to put up with all that crap.
Or, you can just build your own
Windows
desktop.
Windows 8, when I got my laptop with Windows 8 on it, it came loaded with all that shit, man, all that extra crap. Norton and all that shit, I peeled it all off.
Yeah. Yeah, my computer came with that shit too.
She's running Skype on Windows 8 desktop because the Skype that's built into Windows 8 that's what doesn't allow you to have group calling.
Really?
Yeah, you got to run it on the desktop. You got to run the desktop version.
What's the difference in the desktop version and what other version are you talking about?
Well,
it's hooked into Windows 8 and it's screwed up.
The Skype has a version that's built into Windows 8. It's like all hooked into Windows 8. And if you use that version, group calling doesn't work. But if you go to the desktop, it does have a desktop function. You can go to the desktop, install Skype on the desktop, which is different than the Windows 8 version, and it works.
Go figure.
Yeah, go figure.
Well, every other version of Windows works. It's like, so we have to...
New phone. Galaxy S4.
Galaxy S4. That's a sweet phone, man. That's like the cool shit. You guys both got one?
Paige got one too.
And Paige.
Oh, man. Y'all styling.
Whole family.
It's going to be the envy.
The whole family's styling.
I still got my same one from 2010.
4G. Hey, 4G is fast.
We had to up our data limit.
Ah.
Yeah.
The shared data limit between the three of us, so we had to up it.
Yep.
Okay, so how much are you using?
We're using between 2.5 and 3.5 gig.
Ah. See, I don't worry about that because I have Sprint, and Sprint is like it's one of the few plans that has an unlimited data plan. Now, I don't know if they throttle you or anything if you start getting too much, which they might.
Yeah, I think they do throttle you back a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we left them, because they were throttling us back. They were holding us back, man.
Well, I work in a hospital, and it's old. It's like 75 years old, and it's built out of fucking kryptonite. And when I got the phone that I have, I actually had got a Samsung phone, and it was on T-Mobile. And I took it to work, and sure enough, I couldn't get a fucking data signal at all.
Spent all its time searching.
Yeah, it's like
The building that I'm in, they had to put repeaters for all the different cell phones so that you could use them in the building.
Yeah, so I had to
because we're close to the airport.
Yeah, I had to take my phone back, and because they have got like this 3-day thing where you can return it, and I asked around the hospital, what service are you using that works, and I said, okay, I'll go with Sprint, and that's been working okay. But yeah, my workplace is like, there's still certain parts of the hospital. If you're in the stairwell, you absolutely get no signal of any kind.
In case of tornado, you can't call out.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
And they got y'all in the stairway.
They got y'all hid down there.
Yeah, it's an old hospital. It was like it's Art Deco style.
Is it really?
Yeah, the old parts of it are. I mean, they've been building onto it, adding on for the whole time it's been in operation. But the original parts of it are Art Deco, and it's really cool.
Huh. Yeah, I always liked that. I thought that was cool.
And they just tore up the employee parking lot. They're like tearing the shit out of the employee parking lot. There was no notice or anything.
That's what you said. They just all of a sudden ripped the fucker up.
They put fence around the whole giant fucking thing, and it's like nobody did anything for about a week. They were moving in equipment and stuff, and then one day it's like I drive by and they've graded the entire thing. If you peek through that fence thing, you can see what they've been doing. It's like, and a week later, they had dug some gigantic fucking hole. It's like, and they piled the dirt up. The dirt is like, it's like 2 stories tall. It's like, I don't know what they're doing there, but they're going to build some big ass structure.
Parking ramp,
maybe they're
probably.
building a parking ramp for you.
I think so.
They're probably building a parking ramp with a skyway.
But so what that means for me is I have to get to work, about 45 minutes or an hour earlier if I'm going to find a parking spot.
Or you ain't got or you be parking on the street, eh?
Well, you can't really park on the street because, it's residential and there's like all these regulations, no parking.
Oh, yeah.
It's
so you guys can't park there. That's why they have them set up like that, I suppose.
Anyway, it's a bitch. It just means I have to get up earlier in the day than I already did. And
what a drag.
It's like, because I'm waking up so early.
Our parking lot, Flex would drop me off at work so I didn't have to park because they were parking in places that you weren't supposed to park. So then you can't even back out of your parking spot.
Yeah. So anyway, it's going to be like 12 to 15 months, of this bullshit.
What?
Yeah, 12 to 15 months. They finally posted a notice, when you first walk in, we're doing some work.
Fucking months. Jesus
I know.
Christ.
They do it faster here and they work through the winter. And it's cold.
Yeah, but
this
is a government project.
This is a government, man. This is federal government. This is the VA.
Government project. This is a different story altogether.
They built a helipad. It's like this round, structure thingy, just a little off the parking lot, and it's like, this concrete thing, and it's like there's a fence around it. And it's operational, but it's like I've never ever seen a helicopter on there. Not once.
It was that way at the hospital that's this hospital that I go to, for all these medical procedures. They've got a helipad, but I've never seen a helicopter land on it.
Yeah,
And then
there's
that one when you were at the place where you had your kidney stone problem, they had the helicopter was in and out of there like
God.
5 times while you were there. So
5 times.
it's not
Fuck,
something you want to
man.
be busy.
It was-
5 times in that one day.
I was in the hospital for 3 days for a kidney infection, and the chopper was in and out of there like 10 or 15 times, man.
wow.
It's
So I guess it gets used.
Oh yeah, that place.
Well, I've just never seen a chopper on there, you know. But one time I was we were coming back from a weekend, you know, a little getaway weekend down southern part of California, and on the way back, we got caught in this traffic jam. It's like, what the hell? It's like, and then it came to a complete, total stop, and we're just sitting there. It's like, okay, time to turn off the engine. It's like nobody's moving. I mean, it's absolutely stopped. And it's like, you know, it lasted, and like people are like, what the hell's going on? People are getting out of their cars, like, you know, trying to look and see what the hell is going on up there.
You had to
And,
stop for a helicopter to land.
Yeah, there a fucking, you know, helicopter came down.
Wow.
And, like, I guess it was a big accident and somebody was really hurt or something.
They had to land her right on the freeway.
So
That
yeah,
happens a lot up here.
Yeah, that happens a lot up here. They have to shut down. They shut the freeway down, land the chopper right on the freeway, and then take off.
But see, we can't grasp the concept of the zipper merge.
what's that?
That's like when you merge, when there's construction work and there's like 2 or 3
Two
lanes, or 2 or 3 lanes, and they want you to go down to 1 lane. Nobody can comprehend that you can all drive along at normal speed, merge in, drive in a nice straight line. They all fucking jam up all 3 lanes and then get down to the end, and everybody tries to cut each other up and keep each other out.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
lane.
Dog eat dog. Well,
my
just
lane.
yesterday was Friday. I'm you know, just getting close to quitting time, and then somebody says they closed down the Bay Bridge. Like, what? They closed down the Bay Bridge? I mean, that's the main. Like, the Golden Gate Bridge is famous because it's picturesque and everything, but that's not the main artery that connects San Francisco to fucking Marin County. Nobody fucking lives in Marin County. The real bridge is the San Francisco Oakland Bay Bridge, and that connects Oakland and San Francisco.
Yeah.
And that is like a major artery. So it's like, why? What is going on? They found a suspicious package.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So they sent in the bomb squad, and they closed the entire freeway while they investigated.
Let me guess, it was a package full of Rolling Stone magazines with that terrorist on the cover.
Well, we don't know what it was, but guess what?
They blew it
was
up.
not a bomb. It was not a bomb.
Oh.
Anyway,
Well,
I was worried that it was gonna,
Thank God it
completely
wasn't
snarl.
a bomb.
It didn't snarl the commute as bad as I thought, but
Or if you're Ozzy, thank God for the bomb. Thank God for the bomb. Oh, they did it again, man. Copyrighted material. Oh, fuck.
uh-oh. Whatever you do, don't sing happy birthday.
I absolve all rights. I do not own that work, and I do not pretend to own that work. End of story.
And he doesn't
There.
pretend to know how to sing either.
Yeah, and I can't sing either, so I ain't no fucking Ozzy Osbourne, man.
Yeah.
But
so,
then I can talk.
you can talk better than Ozzy.
I think I'm about the mate.
That's the most fascinating thing, that you can barely understand him when he speaks, but he sings and you can understand everything he says almost.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
funny.
can say almost.
Yeah, you know, my buddy
Sometimes.
comes over. My buddy comes over every Friday night, and we usually watch a movie. And we like to watch either a western or a cheesy action flick. And last night we went on Netflix and we saw a Steven Segal movie from 2012 with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ooh.
Okay,
Now there's some acting talent. Woo!
I'll tell you what, man. As horrendously bad of an actor as Steven Seagal is, he looks like Laurence Olivier next to Steve Austin.
I take
That one
personal.
movie that we saw him in, the best movie he was in, where he died in like the first 5 seconds of the movie.
Under Siege 2.
Oh,
Was it?
really?
Yeah. He just
Yeah.
killed, like, the opening
Are-
credits, basically.
No, Executive Decision
That's what it was.
with Kurt Russell. He like the the plane is going to separate from the other. There's like two planes together, and they're going to separate. And Seagal's caught in between in the separation thing, and he's like, "You're the only hope, Mr. President." And he hands him a gun, and then the thing closes off, and he goes flying off into space. And that's like 10 minutes into the movie. That was his best movie.
That was his best movie. Yeah. You know, it's funny. We watched another Steven Seagal movie a few weeks back, and it was called Belly of the Beast, and it was funny because he's gotten to be pretty fucking fat.
Oh yeah, he's got the belly of the beast.
Belly of the Beast.
You know what movie I saw the other night? I was up late. Cobra was on with Sylvester Stallone and Brigitte Nielsen.
Now, see, that's actually a pretty good cheesy action movie.
That's a good flick. And then that guy goes,
I don't deal with dirtbags.
Yeah, he's like, what do you want, man? I don't deal with scumbags. I put them away. And then he throws his toothpick down and blows the guy away. That's just great, man. It don't get any better.
It's true. Well, so this week was kind of a bust, with that movie. But the week before, we watched The Expendables 2. Now that was good. I liked that. It was stupid as fuck.
Of course. You gotta go see the Red 2.
Now what's that all about?
Did you see the Red?
No, I didn't.
It had an all-star
They're like retired assassins and CIA agents, and then the CIA decides they're gonna bump them off, and then tries to and doesn't succeed. And that was
who stars in that?
John Malkovich is in it. What's her name? I can't think of her name.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't sound like your typical kind of action star cast.
Bruce Willis, I think, is in it.
Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, Morgan Freeman, Helen Mirren. It's not your typical action crew, but it's funnier than hell. Malkovich is paranoid schizophrenic as usual.
And he does a good job playing that role.
Well, everybody knows that Malkovich is actually a good actor.
Oh, man.
He's actually a good guy. He saved some guys' lives.
I'm getting feedback out here, man. I'm getting feedback out here.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. I don't hear anything.
Shelby.
Too loud?
Yeah, you're yelling.
Sorry.
How far physically are you guys from each other?
20 feet.
Well, why don't you throw like a spitball or something and let's see it cross the screen.
There's walls in the way.
There's walls in the way.
Oh, okay. So now you're looking cool, Flex.
This is the multiple sunglasses edition.
Yeah. See, I got to get cool sunglasses. I just got my same old boring pair. And that's what I do for a living is eyeglasses.
We buy them cheap off the internet.
See, people like you are putting my job at risk.
We go to an ophthalmologist.
Now, why do you go to an ophthalmologist instead of an optometrist?
I go to an optometrist.
I don't know. Whoever that lady is with the thing, the clicky click thing.
An optometrist.
She got the thing. Okay, is it better or worse? Better or worse?
1 or 2.
That's an optometrist.
See, that's
what I meant.
Yeah, there you go, optometrist. Now, ophthalmologists can do eye exams for glasses, but an ophthalmologist is actually a medical doctor who deals specialty in the eye. So if you go and you want surgery...
Yeah, like your retina gets attached or something.
Well, that's what I had to go to when I had those, you could see those things in my eyes when they blew them up. When they dilated them. I had spots.
Floaters, or?
I remember. I was a teenager. It's probably from whacking my head when I'd been out getting in trouble.
You're a head whacker. What you drinking, Shelby?
Uber Monster.
In a glass bottle?
Yes.
What?
Tastes like beer.
What the?
Beer for breakfast. It's energy beer.
Energy beer.
Dentist.
Four Loko. That's cool.
There you go.
Uber
Monster.
It looks like a beer. Well, I haven't started on the Rockstar yet. I'm still finishing off coffee, but it'll be time for a Rockstar pretty soon.
But we're a couple hours ahead of you.
Well,
That's right.
I've been drinking a lot of amp, man. I got to take care of some business pretty soon.
Yeah, me too. So you guys
Well-
ever drink that 5-hour energy shots, those little bottles?
Yeah, it gave me a bellyache.
Gave me that throat ripping heartburn where you wake up in the middle of the night and want to rip your throat out.
Yeah.
Make me mad. Don't make me mad.
That's what I say to that stuff. That's
Well, the one thing that's
doesn't agree with me.
the one thing that's good about it is it's like it's small and you can like just have it in your pocket. It doesn't have to be cold.
yeah. I just didn't like it. Didn't work for me. It gave me a bellyache.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about energy drinks. I cannot drink them if they're not cold. If they're not real cold,
Yeah.
it's like it's just yuck. It's like kind of warmed over energy drink. No good.
I'll be right back. I gotta hit the head. I gotta.
Got to hit the head. Okay, we're gonna take a pause here. The pause that refreshes. Uh-oh, copyright.
I stopped
Jeopardy.
before there was 2 bars. See,
There you go. So I'm trying to think of like how we did the Smarty Pants, and did you ever watch any of the Smarty Pants episodes? 'Cause
yeah,
we used your questions.
I
Yes.
laughed along with them.
Yeah, so
I realized that they were way harder than I thought they were.
yeah.
See, I had all the answers, so I'm like, why are these so hard to answer? And then I realized because I knew all the answers.
That's just like Alex Trebek, that douchebag. He's like, he has all the answers and he acts as if he knew it anyway. It's like,
I like the one guy who plays Stuart, what's his face? And he's like mocking him, calling him Alex Trebek, and then going, fuck you. That's what your mom said.
Is that like
Saturday Night Live.
I was about to say,
Oh.
that sounds like Saturday Night Live kind of shit.
Flex got rid of energy drink. Now he's better.
Who does
Energy.
that one Saturday Night Live skit with Jeopardy where there's the one where he's
Farrell.
yeah, Farrell does it.
It's Farrell and Daryl Hammond does Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery's like, that's what your mother said.
He does. It's just nasty. Check it
Yeah.
out. It's on Netflix.
Ah, cool. See, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in a long time. It's been
Well, it
like,
hasn't been funny.
Oh, check out the Will Ferrell. Check out the best of Will Ferrell one. It's got the cowbell one in it.
oh yeah.
With
I saw the
Bruce-
cowbell one live. That's one I remember back in the day.
With
you
Bruce
as-
Dickinson.
Yeah, and it had what's that crazy guy's name who was like
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken? Yeah,
That's who played Bruce Dickinson. Was Christopher Walken.
yeah, he's like insane.
I put
He's
my
like-
pants on just like everybody else, but when I do, I need more cowbell.
Now, see, I used to be a big Iron Maiden fan.
I still am.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like him, but it's like back in the day, I really liked him. I saw him in, it must have been '85.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you bang your head?
of course I did. You know who opened for him? You probably don't even remember these guys. A band called Wasp.
Oh, with Chris Dawkins.
Blackie Lawless, I think.
Flawless.
Blackie Lawless and Chris Dawkins was in it. Or no, Chris Holmes.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Holmes was the guitarist because Chris Holmes died from an alcohol overdose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in. I don't know if you seen either one of the Decline of the Western Civilization, the Metal Years by Penelope Spurious.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He was in number 2, and they showed him drinking vodka.
In a
100 proof.
pool?
In
Was
a
he
pool.
was he like in a pool? Yeah, okay, that guy.
Yeah,
All right.
He was drinking that 100. That was 100 proof vodka. He was drinking like water.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit of a drinking problem, it
Yeah,
sounds like.
he died from alcohol poisoning. I think he was in Wasp. I think.
Yeah. I want to be some... Yeah, I liked Blackie Lawless. He had these black bracers with this fucking half of a circular saw, a chromed half of a circular saw on each arm. It's like, you don't want to get too close to the guy. You get hurt.
Try and hug him.
He was a nut, man.
Yeah, I used to be into the hair metal back in the day when I first, started like trying to play electric guitar and stuff. That's what got me into it. Judas Priest was actually the motivation. Like I saw a Judas Priest concert on MTV, The very
Yeah.
next day, I went to the store and bought an electric guitar and an amplifier.
I bought a beat up 6-string.
Actually, it wasn't beat up. It was a nice brand new PV.
I don't own the rights to that song.
Yeah. See, it's like I had a little, moderate little practice amp, but of course it had a setting on there. You could get that grinding distortion.
Oh yeah.
Turn it up to 11.
Exactly. Yeah. See, I liked Kiss too. Kiss when they like the Animalize came out. I love that song. I love that record.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I like Domino. That's a good song. You ever heard
remember
You ever heard Domino?
I don't remember that title.
Gene Simmons sings it, and it's about a girl. I'd play it, but it's copyrighted.
You'll have to just go listen to it.
Gene Simmons produced and wrote it, so you know what a tight ass fucker he is. He charged for it, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, he is.
What was that reality show that
Self-Kiss labeled douchebag.
Simmons Balls or whatever.
No, there was an older
Family Jewels.
Yeah, I think so. And his like living wife
Shannon Tweed.
They're married now.
Shannon Tweed. Oh, they got married?
Yeah, they did get married finally.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was Gene Simmons' Family Jewels or whatever.
Yeah, and he had a his son was kind of cool. It's like, no, Dad.
Yeah.
The children are adults. Now it's time to get married.
The children were the reason they're the ones that they didn't force him, but like they
really wanted him to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a pretty good couple together. He's like a megalomaniac, though.
He is, man. He's like he'd market anything, man. I mean, they got Kiss rubbers, Kiss gravestones, Kiss caskets. That if you can market it, the fucker's got his name on it.
You know what's funny though? When Kiss first came out and they got famous, they could hardly even fucking play. They were like, to say they were bad, it would be kind of an exaggeration. they were a garage band at best.
They still can't play that great, but
yeah. But I mean, if it hadn't been for their get-ups, they never would have made it. Never would have made it without their get-ups.
they just got done playing a big festival over in Wisconsin last week.
Yeah, with makeup, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the age that they are now, it's like they really need it.
they need the makeup. Although Paul Stanley is in fabulous shape, man. I seen a picture of him without a shirt on. He's like ripped, man.
I'm not surprised. He always maintained himself pretty well. You know.
You know who isn't ripped?
Ace?
Who is that picture of that? Oh, Geraldo.
Oh, I saw that picture of Geraldo.
He looks. That's what I look like, and I don't take my shirt off, man.
Yeah, I saw that picture from the Huffington Post, and the title of it was like "Some Things You Just Can't Unsee."
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you watched Police on E! I'm guessing you probably don't, but I think Kelly Osbourne is hilarious, so I watch it. And she outed him. She noticed that if you look at the picture, you can see that the sunlight is shining in. So he took it during the day, sat on the picture all day, and then at 1 o'clock in the morning sends it out and then says, "Oh, I was up late at night by myself and made a mistake."
Oh, really? Is
She's
that
like,
what
he sat there all day thinking about what he was going to put it out there, and then he put it out there after everybody else went to bed.
Yeah.
If you look at the picture, you can see the sunlight shining in the window and behind him.
Yeah.
And he posted it at like 1 or 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning.
It's pretty funny.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't follow him.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. No,
I think
just
his
kidding.
best moment ever was the look on his face when he opened that fucking
the vault, Al
the vault,
Capone.
and it was empty. There wasn't even a rat in there. Or nothing.
I watched that whole evening. You know, when the Al Capone. That's the thing that put Geraldo on the map.
They open a fucking vault and it's like a church mouse farts. You know.
It's like there was a wall or something, and it was reputed. It was legend that behind that wall was buried Al Capone's vault. For any people who don't know this, so there was a whole show, and like we're gonna open it, you know. So they get like a crew with jackhammers and stuff. They're like going through the wall, and when they get there, there's nothing. It's just a big nothing.
They drug it out for what, 2 hours or something?
Yeah, they drug it out for
movie.
like the whole evening. You know,
He drug it out for like 3 or 4 hours. Roger Waters drug it out for 20 years, man. Think about that.
Geraldo. Did you know if you rearrange the letters of Geraldo's name, it spells real dog?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God, he's actually, you know, he kind of started this whole violence on TV, you know, stuff. The episode of his show where somebody made a comment. Yeah, somebody made some comment.
Bringing the Ku Klux Klan and the Black Panthers together, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't remember
the guy goes. He got a chair in the face.
Yeah, the Klan guy goes, "I don't like mud people. Get the fuck out of my face." And Geraldo fucking took offense to it and bitched at him, and the guy fucking chaired him in the face. I mean,
well, there was kind of a little minor riot going on in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
That was the very first time that TV saw any of that kind of like, you know, violence telecast, because
and then Springer went apeshit with it.
You know,
man.
Jerry Springer is like, you know, if you didn't see at least 20, you know, moments where where Steve-O has to hold some fat, you know,
the only thing that
back.
ever surprised me about Jerry Springer is that I didn't never know anybody on that show. That's all that surprised me.
I'm not going to mention the details, but I actually did know somebody, you know, who was on that show.
I didn't.
Now, see, I theorize that
I could have been on it.
That those things are so set up that I wouldn't even be surprised if when they get on the show, it's like, or they tell them like, okay,
oh, they do.
These people have never met. It's like, okay, you're her brother, and like, you know, you're fighting with this guy over here. It's like, and they tell them, you know, what their part is. I think it's that set up.
You never saw the movie.
Anything for a trip to California or wherever the studio is, and
you never saw the movie, did you?
I saw some.
You didn't see
Jerry
the Jerry
Springer movie,
the three ring circus movie?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that movie.
That was they did was like the lady came in and they were telling her what to say, and
yeah, you know what is like always seems to be on the hospital waiting room TV that I have to like endure is that show with Maury Povich. That
Not
you
the father.
are the father. Ah! Everybody freaks out.
not
no
me,
matter what.
man. So is one guy on the TV when I'm waiting in the waiting room at the hospital. It's me, Dr. Phil.
and Judge Judy yelling at people.
You West.
Oh yeah, Judge Judy. It's like whatever station that has all that bullshit. It's like that seems to always be what's on. And
Judge Judy, you've got anger management issues you need to deal with. Shut up, Dr. Phil. I called you in contempt of court, you bastard.
How's that working for you?
You ain't no doctor. You ain't no judge.
It's 6 one way, half dozen the other.
You know, Craig Ferguson had a campaign. He was trying to get it trending. It was like making accusations that Dr. Phil wasn't actually bald.
Oh, that he shaves it down to keep it like that.
Now, see, that's funny. You could say that maybe he's not a doctor or whatever, but it's like that's kind of funny. He's not actually bald.
Lying.
I'm pretty sure that he actually is bald.
Oh yeah, he is.
That's funny.
But see, I at least respect the fact that he doesn't try to do some kind of elaborate Donald Trump kind of routine.
There you go. I mean, he's, he...
Hey, own it. Don't be the Trump and comb it over. It just doesn't look good.
Here we go.
Trump looks like he, took some lady's little dog and, had it stuffed to set on his head or something. It doesn't even look like hair. That at least looks like hair.
I would love to see Trump when he first gets out of the shower. It's got to be the weirdest fucking thing ever. It's like, it must be
God.
incredibly long on one side. And he's probably got...
At least Homer, it's got just the 3 little strands going on.
The 3 little sprigs, yeah. It's like, not only does he got all kinds of mousse and gel and hairspray holding that whole thing in that shape, but he's probably actually got little wires.
Probably molded plastic. That's why it doesn't move even in the wind.
Yeah, even when he's getting into his helicopter, and there's all this.
We used to achieve that with Aquanet. Someone once told me that there is a special little hole in the ozone with my
Drink.
Yeah. Back in my hair metal days, it's like I used to have long hair and I used to tease it, and we'd use Aquanet. It's like, if you wanted your hair to be big, that's what you got to do.
Hey, Am, watch me get an amp. This is going to be funny.
Okay.
I got my phone.
You got your phone.
Okay, so I go here. I go, bring me an amp.
I already beat him. Bring
that amp.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a. That kind of reminds me of the Domino's pizza drone. Like the the drones that they have, like the Dragon Fire. In Call of Duty. Well,
yeah, I've seen that.
Pizza Hut is working on some sort of a deal where you call in a pizza and it's delivered by a drone.
I've seen that. That's pretty cool.
Give people more incentive to shoot it down. It's got pizza!
See, that's pretty cool. I saw some show where they...
I believe you have my stapler.
Office Space. That's a classic. That's a classic.
I got a message.
Okay. What is your amp slave?
Bring me
have
an
to say?
amp. She says, I am.
There you go. Have her wave.
Wave. She says no. She's 12, man. She don't put up no shit.
Well, you do have an amp slave at least. That's
I
pretty
have
cool.
both cats in here with me, too.
You have
You can
cats?
tell with.
Is that what you said? You have cats in there?
Yep. One's over there and one's over there.
Speaking of kitties, I got one right here. Hello.
Oh.
Look up.
One's just been kidnapped by the amp delivery girl.
Now, see, I got to be careful because she's gonna my dangly cord here for my earbuds. She's gonna get into
Rip.
that. So I'll put her back where she came from here. She's getting fat. I'm getting a fat cat.
Oh, Shelby can't lift ours up because he's too fat.
But we don't have mice anymore, so it all works out.
We don't have mice, so it works out.
We don't hedge him about his weight.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see some audio glitching here. You're sounding like a robot, Flex.
What?
Hello. Okay, now
Hello?
your video froze. No, it's moving again. Skype call must be
Hello?
doing weird things.
No.
Skype call says, wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. I'll take it. All right, so I guess this is about as good a time as any. So if you're still watching Bulletproof Underwear 56 at this point,
You've got issues.
you've got
Thank you.
issues. Very good, very good. Thank you. So just in case we do a promo, go ahead, Shelby, do your thing.
Welcome to Bulletproof Underwear number 56, Yam and Flex. And subscribe.
Subscribe, everybody. Subscribe.
Subscribe. For
Comment,
Christ.
rate, favorite. Subscribe.
Follow them on Twitter.
As long as it's not my mom's neighbor, that shouldn't be commenting because that's harassment. That's harassment, bitch.
Yeah,
It's
that's
harassment. It's harassment, bitch. I'll get a restraining order.
it.
Serious.
That's it. All right, so now the outro. So you've been watching Bulletproof Underwear, episode 56, with your host Yam Juice,
And I am your co-host, Flex.
and our special guest today is Shelby, Mrs. Flex. Yay! Thank you. So join us each week as we bring you guests from the gaming world and wives of hosts.
There you go.
All right, so everybody, you know what to do. Okay, I kind of froze on the screen here.
So
All right, so look for the episode on Mondays, folks. Flex, do the button. Do the
I'll
button.
Go get your teeth fixed.